Right, so we're just hacking out the lovely big Pedro. We've nicknamed him Pedro, guys. He's actually got his full name on his passport. And as you saw, he waited patiently. I think that was a really good thing actually to see, because he waited patiently at the entrance or the exit of the yard. He stood there very good, and obviously had that huge milk tanker come past. He never even batted an eyelid, and then happily walked on. Obviously hacking out on their own is always a bigger test, especially when they're new. Obviously all of our horses are new because they're only here for a short time, but yeah, when they have got to come out on their own, you know, when they don't know where they are, you can't blame them, and it's completely acceptable if they need some reassurance from their rider. That is totally acceptable. But when they are as good as that, when they just go without the reassurance from the rider, I think that itself, I'm just going to let this van past. Oh, actually, there's a few cars. We'll just let these pass. I'm not holding up everybody's day. Yeah, I think, you know, as I say, that is a real good indicator of the horse. I mean, obviously he's stunning, as you can see, he's absolutely stunning. Beautifully marked Appaloosa. I know they're a little bit, you sort of, they're for you or they're not for you. You know, it is an acquired taste. I personally absolutely love anything that's any different. I just love them. But looking past his colour, it wouldn't, honestly, once you get to know him, it wouldn't matter what colour he is. He is an absolute dream of a horse. I am really biased when it comes to him because I've just taken to him instantly, and to be honest, I don't see anybody that wouldn't just take to him. I really don't. He's just, his nature is just absolutely second to none. I really can't just tell you enough just how lovely this horse is. He's just a pleasure, both on the ground and under saddle. And he's one of those horses, oh, there you go, and he's met straight away with a van on the corner, never even flinched. He's just one of those horses that give you that instant good feel about him. You know, and we're used to having new horses all of the time, but him, just instantly. I mean, Nikki is the opposite to me. He wouldn't be her cup of tea at all. She does not like a spotty. She very much likes her solid colours. However, she adores him. She says she absolutely adores him. So, you know, whether the colour's a bonus to you or turn off to you, the horse, you just cannot fault him. You just cannot fault him at all. He's just lovely. Right, we're going to find, she probably doesn't know this is where we start, we're going to find somewhere where we can try and have a little canter. So I'm going to turn the camera off, just bear with me 1 minute. Right, I've just told Nick to come back. We're just going to have a quick sneaky canter again. The last time, I promise, Nick goes mad when I make her do things like this. Not because she's bothered about cantering the horses, it's just, yeah, I'm always sneaking probably somewhere I perhaps shouldn't. I don't know if you're better off just doing it there. What's that? I don't know if you're better off just cantering there. Go straight? Yeah, I would. You don't have to go too far. Yeah, don't go too far, Nick. just wanted to show you. I mean, this is what you call an open field. Honestly, it must be hundreds of acres. It's massive. Shuey says if you lose your horse in a field this size, it'll be a long time catching them. Oh, it's a bad idea, I can't see you. This horse just never disappoints. I just love him. Like, I can honestly say he's probably going to be one of my memorable horses out of all. I think she's even one-handed. There she is. I just think he's going to be one of my most memorable horses. I just absolutely love him. I just love this horse.
Such a good boy.
I've just seen on camera. I know, I was just saying, I think he's probably going to be one of my most memorable horses. Like, he's just a diamond for everything, isn't he? I was just
that good that if he didn't hack out too well, it wouldn't have mattered, but he even hacked out.
He just does everything. Right, I'm going to turn round. Right, guys, I'm going to turn this camera around off. 2 secs. Right, guys. I'm trying to catch her up. She's blooming left me. I think what we were just saying there, and when Nick's just said, even if he didn't hack out well, because he's so good at everything else. When horses like this are just so good at everything, you can accept if they were not so good at one thing. Oh, Nick's trying to tell the tractor to come past to show you how good he is. But anyway, it's really nice to have a considerate driver. Thank you. But yeah, the point she was making is, you know, when they're so good, they're allowed to have a weak, you know, a weakness, but he just hasn't. He just hasn't. We just love him. I think you've probably got the gist of that. I don't know, I've probably spent the whole video telling you how much I love him. So we'll get back to the professional side of it. But he's a real good size as well. Oh, you have to watch it at this gateway here, guys. I will say that on each video because there's dogs that are behind the gates. They don't do anything, but they run up last minute. So just try and take it steadier across there. In fact, this hack we normally don't have on the video. We normally struggle to see traffic to show them, but he's actually had his fair share. He's had vans, milk tankers, tractors. So yeah, he's had his quota really to show you. But he's a real good size. I mean, we've got to say, in the most polite way, I mean, that's a blooming big backside, isn't it? You know, it really is. Definitely an apple bottom, most definitely. But yeah, just more of him to love. But, you know, he has made our week just so pleasurable. There isn't a person, there isn't any of us or anybody on the yard who's come onto the yard that's met him who hasn't liked him. He's just jolly, he's just happy to see you, it's just so easy to deal with. You just forget you're even doing this job, to be honest. You just chat away. Kyle, to be fair, jumped a course on him yesterday, and actually probably wasn't Kyle's best. But Kyle at the minute is not doing quite as much riding. It's all on Nicky's shoulders at the minute, because some of you may or may not know that Kyle's boxing career is taking off, and he's actually in fight camp at the minute. I mean, he's now not here today because he's actually out of the area sparring. He actually fights his second professional debut. You can't have a second debut. He's had his professional debut. He fights his second fight 2 weeks today. So Kyle Road, he won't ride anything that carries any risk. I know they all carry a risk, but you know, any heightened risk. And he jumped the full course on him yesterday, and I don't think it was Kyle's best at all, but the horse just was a saint and helped him out. I'm not saying Kyle was terrible, but he wasn't at his best. The horse is just enjoyable, whether you're riding him on the flat, whether you're jumping him, clearly whether you're hacking him. whether you're on the ground with him. Yeah, he is definitely going to be up there with one of my favourites. As I say, I know the colour is personal preference, but I honestly don't think the horse is is down to personal preference. This horse, there's nothing anybody can not like about him. He just doesn't do anything that he shouldn't. Well, that's quite a big statement to make on camera, but that's exactly how we found him to be. There you go. So there's him on his Friday hack.